The one important word is implementation. Implement what you have learned. In other words, reduce the gap between knowing and doing. If we know so much, but we don't implement those teachings and knowledge in our life, that knowledge is really not much use to us. As somebody said, that good ideas are a dime a dozen. Good ideas are so commonly available, but they are not worth one broken nickel until they are implemented. And that is where we tend to get stuck. If we have heard good teachings, there is a complacency that can easily creep up on us. Oh yes, I heard Kripaluji Maharaj and Murari Bapu and Ramesh Ojha, etc., etc. I have heard all there is to be heard. And Swamiji, I have heard you so many times when you came to Dallas. All right, now the question is, to what extent have you implemented those teachings? Think about it. One piece of knowledge, if we truly translate it into action in our lives, that one gem of knowledge can completely transform our lives. That is the power of knowledge when it is translated into action. So we have received all these wonderful gems of knowledge. Now the next thing is to implement it. And what is the means of implementing? How do you do it? How do you bridge this gap between knowing and doing? The answer is practice, abhyas. Practice or abhyas is the ladder to mastery, whether it is the material realm or the spiritual realm. You see these astonishing feats in the sports world, where Virat Kohli, he knocks up a century in a seemingly magical manner. How did he become such a world-class master player? What was the secret of it? Was he blessed with it? No. He reached that mastery by practice. Constant practice, day in and day out. Whether it is a musician, a sports star, a public speaker, the CEO of a company, a scholar, anybody who reached a level of accomplishment in their life, it was the consequence of endeavoring, working hard day in and day out. That is why it is said that genius is 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration. A few years ago, a study was done of people who reached a world-class level of accomplishment in their fields. They endeavored to find out, how did they become such masters? Did they start out at that level? It was found no. In their early teens, they began practicing. And each of them had put in about at least 10,000 hours of practice. And the person who did this study, he then popularized this concept that to become world-class in anything, You need 10,000 hours of practice to the minimum. But his findings are only corroborating what Lord Krishna said thousands of years ago. Because Arjuna asked Sri Krishna, "Oh my Lord, you said the mind is so important, that we are what our mind is, that our success in life and spirituality is all dependent upon mastery of the mind. So how will I master my mind? To me, it seems like it's more difficult than controlling the wind." Lord Krishna gave the same very key to Arjuna. He said, "Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate." Arjuna, mastery of your mind will come through constant practice. That is the abhyas. That is what is so necessary for our spiritual progress.